Let me be honest with you from the start. This video isn't really about calisthenics versus gym training. That's just the title. What this video is actually about is transformation. It's about taking responsibility for your body. It's about becoming someone you respect when you look in the mirror. Because I wasn't always proud of what I saw. I used to be skinny, not lean, athletic skinny, not model skinny. I mean weak, unsure, uncomfortable in my own body skinny. I avoided mirrors. I wore heavily oversized clothes. I stood slightly hunched without even realizing it. And the worst part wasn't how I looked. It was how I felt. I didn't trust myself. I didn't feel capable. I didn't feel grounded in my own body. Training didn't start for me as a fitness goal. It started as a way to fix something deeper. Most people think muscle is built by choosing the right method. Calisthenics or gym, push-ups or bench press, body weight or barbells. That debate keeps people stuck for years. And here's the truth. Your muscles don't care what tool you use. They don't know if resistance comes from a barbell, a weighted vest, a backpack, rings, gravity, or your own body in a disadvantaged position. Muscles respond to stress, and more specifically, it responds to progressive overload. That's it. That's the rule everything else obeys. Progressive overload simply means this. Your muscles must be forced to do slightly more over time. More load, more reps, more control, more range, more time under tension. And if that happens consistently, muscle grows. If it doesn't, it won't. That's the principle that works whether you train in a commercial gym, in your bedroom, at a park, or in your garage. The method doesn't matter nearly as much as people think. Now, let's talk about gym training first. Gym training is powerful because progression is obvious. You add plates, you add reps, you track numbers. You bench 60 kilograms this week or this month, and then next month you bench 65, and the month after that 70 kilograms. Your body has no choice but to adapt. For beginners especially, this clarity is huge. When I started lifting weights, the numbers gave me certainty. I knew if I was progressing or not. That structure built confidence, not just physically, but mentally. The gym teaches you something important early on. Effort produces results. That lesson alone can change someone's life. Now, let's talk about calisthenics properly. Calisthenics is not just body weight. That's a misunderstanding. Calisthenics is relative strength, strength in relation to your body. And yes, you can absolutely add weight, weighted vest, the belts, backpacks, chains, rings, use slower tempo. Weighted pull-ups build backs just as thick as lat pull-downs. Weighted dips build chests and triceps that turn heads, and strict controlled push-ups can humble people who bench heavy with sloppy form. Calisthenics doesn't limit muscle growth. Poor programming does. Here's the honest difference. The gym allows smaller, more frequent progression steps. Calisthenics often requires more patience, more technical mastery, more body awareness. Progression exists, it's just less obvious and sometimes slower. That's why beginners often grow faster with weight. Not because calisthenics doesn't work, but because gym progression is easier to measure and manage. Stay with me here. Most people don't fail because they choose the wrong training method. They fail because they never stay long enough for identity to change. Training isn't just physical. It rewires how you see yourself. When you train consistently, you start to think differently. You walk differently. You carry yourself differently. You speak differently, and you make better decisions. I didn't just build muscle. I built self-trust. Training is already hard. You're tired. You're busy. Life doesn't care about your goals. If you choose a method you secretly hate, you will quit. I've seen people with perfect programs disappear in 2 weeks, and I've seen people with basic routines transform because they enjoyed the process. Enjoyment keeps you showing up. Showing up builds momentum, and momentum builds identity. One of the biggest mistakes people make is constantly switching, going from gym to calisthenics and back to the gym, and then from the gym to something new. Every reset delays adaptation. Your body needs time under the same rules to change. Progress comes from mastery, not novelty. Pick one system. Learn how progression works inside it. Commit for 6 months minimum. That's when your body starts responding in a way you can't fake it. Here's the part that nobody prepares you for. Training changes your relationship with discomfort. You learn to stay calm under pressure, and you learn to push when things feel heavy. You learn that effort doesn't kill you, it sharpens you. That carries into your work, relationships, discipline, faith. That's confidence a trained body supports, a resilient mind. 2026 isn't about aesthetics. It's about self-respect. It's about no longer outsourcing confidence, no longer waiting for motivation, no longer hoping things change. Training is proof that you can commit, proof that you can endure, proof that you can build something slowly and honestly. When I look in the mirror now, I don't just see muscle, I see years of effort. Missed sessions I still showed up for, days I didn't feel like it and trained anyway. That's what makes it powerful. Finally, calisthenics can build muscle. The gym can build muscle. The real question isn't about which is better. The real question is, which one will you still be doing when motivation is gone? Because muscle isn't built by intensity. It's built by consistency over time. Pick the method you enjoy and commit fully. Respect the process. Your body will change, but more importantly, you will. And that's the transformation that actually lasts.